Welcome to Podcast Economics. Have you ever witnessed the burning of a cross? If so, you're on the right path to becoming a Klansman. Just an observation, we aren't affiliated with this group.
Alright, thanks for that, Travis. Now, introducing all of the speakers today, myself, Justin Plett, Jerem Porter, Travis Johnston, and Matthew Radzinski. Matthew, would you mind starting us off with the history of the KKK?
So basically in 1965, the Klan was founded, but it wasn't like the Klan we know now, killing African Americans or lynching them. Is more of, gaudy pranks. So in 1965, the Ku Klux Klan was founded. It was mostly just small pranks. Through the years, it slowly became more violent and often deadly. It died out in about 1871 after the Civil War and slavery was illegal. It then was founded again in 1915 after D.W. Griffith's 1915 silent film, The Birth of a Nation, which was highly racist, portraying black men with white actors. It died off around 1944 at the end of the World War II. It became third time founded in 1946. This time it's still around, but it's not as known. There's only 8,000 people out of 300 million in the U.S. So it's not as prominent anymore.
But it's when it was a big issue back in America.
It still is. David Duke was the Grand Wizard of the KKK back in the 1970s.
Yeah.
And he ran for Democratic president in I think 1988 or something like that.
Yeah.
Then he ran again for Senate in actually 2016. So it's still around and it's still highly powerful, as you can tell.
Okay. Yeah. So regarding the KKK, they've used. Thank you, Matt, for the history and how it is still technically around, but not as prevalent or not as sadistic per se as they were before, I guess. So what we got right now is the KKK instilling this sort of. Excuse me, I can speak English. Are you sure about that?
Oh, hold on, Jerem. You know what time that is.
What is that? What time is that, Travis?
It's time to thank our sponsor.
Oh, all right, Travis.
We'd like to thank abcmouse.com for sponsoring this podcast. Go ahead and log on to abcmouse.com to get your child started on the right path to not becoming autistic.
Oh, yeah, our sponsor this week is ABC Mouse. ABC Mouse is where kids from young adolescents to kindergarten can further expand their knowledge in just basic learning skills that they learn in school. You okay there, Travis?
Yeah.
All right, we're good.
You know us. We love kids and we love mice.
All right, so
Mickey Mouse too.
Oh, I get it. All right. So back to our discussion. So right now we have this issue with the KKK, and its problem is that people are still freaking out about it. When we look at the facts, they're not there, right, guys?
Yeah.
I mean, think about it.
Facts? What facts? There's no facts. The KKK's gone.
That's
You
what they
can't
want
say
you to
they're gone, but they're
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah, they're not.
They're
Their
pretty
presence
far,
is
yeah.
not as prevalent.
They're very
Yeah, they're
irrelevant.
dying out.
Like
They're
you're not
very
going to drive
relevant
through
at
like
this
South
point.
Carolina or Georgia or something, and you're not going to see a guy hanging from a cross. Is basically what I'm
Or
saying.
you mean a tree or whatever.
Yeah.
No, but
That's the point.
but here's the thing: we still have this sort of fear that they're still around. Like, oh, just like where are they? And if you would see me right now, I would be very in suspense. And
He's like the SpongeBob meme.
yeah, exactly. That's where I am right now. So. No, it's the caveman one where these just no, it's like seriously. That's how everyone's reaction is about this right now. But yet, there's something that we don't know. It's the fact that we lack this information about the KKK, or the majority of people do, because we even still like, okay, yeah, there's this evil group and they're still around today, but we're not talking about how not prevalent they are, right? They're not. They kind of went back to their old ways of kind of pranking per se, but with their fear. Now they followed this sort of not rhetoric. They followed this sort of plan by keeping this information about themselves from you, right? Or just not just the majority
Keeping
of people.
it out of the public.
Right. However, there was another group of people.
Thanks for that, Jerem. But for another kind of group of people who like to withhold information would be real estate agents.
Oh, that's a big jump.
So it might be a big jump. They're nowhere near as, at least known for being crooked as the KKK is. How the KKK is very open with all the bad things they have done in the past and most likely will do. But a lot of tricks real estate agents like to use are trying to show, oh, your house could be worth, like, you think your house is worth maybe like $1 million, let's say. They could look at all the things in your house, like all of any little damage to your house, and tell you, no, you should sell it for like
X amount
lower than what you think you could get for it.
Okay.
Because for real estate agents, the biggest thing for them is they want money, and they get commission out of whatever they help you sell your house for.
Yeah, obviously.
And while they might get a bit, while they might get a bigger commission off a bigger sale, it looks better on them if they flip houses faster, as well as getting their numbers up higher. Who are you going to hire? The real estate agent who's sold 3 houses in 3 years, or the real estate agent who sold 20 houses in 3 years?
Regardless, I'm assuming regardless of the fact that, like, no matter how much you sold it for, it's still going to be okay.
Yeah, like, who are you going to hire? The one who sold like 10 houses, the one who sold 3 houses. While the one who sold 3 of them might be selling them for like much more, the other ones, if you want to get rid of your house and you're trying to move, you need to get it fast.
So normally we don't really say in our society like quality over quantity. In this case, it's quantity over quality.
Yes.
Okay, that actually makes quite a bit of sense. So as of right now, we actually have the sort of conundrum with this. And I want to apologize for background noises. We are in a school setting, and obviously when you're in a public school, you're obviously going to have background noise. Now, going back to regards to the real estate agent issue, is that we have, well, not issue.
It's an issue.
Yeah, it's an issue.
It's an issue.
Regarding that, Travis, I have a question for you. So what is your opinion, or how do you, what would you say the connection is between, even though it is a big stretch to do this here, but I want to see how well we can make this connection here, is that KKK and real estate agents and information.
Personally, I don't really see a correlation between them at all. I think it's a bit of a stretch, and I think it's mainly, honestly, the chapter didn't really make much sense to me, in my opinion. It was just a complete stretch. Real estate agents and KKK are 2 completely different things, 2 completely ideas. Basically, from my understanding of it, is the chapter's only comparing it as both of them withhold information from people.
To clarify, this is based off the book Freakinomics, Chapter 2. Continue, sorry.
But it goes off of just withholding information from people, and the real estate information being the information of, well, let's sell the house at a lower price, that way, I make money faster, and the KKK's withhold information for the fact that they want to inflict terror on people, and they don't want people knowing a lot about their organization, but they want them to know just enough to where it scares them.
That's for sure. And then that was actually back. The fear was, or the sort of lack of knowledge, or the ignorance. Now, ignorance is a word that people think of people as being dumb. It's not people being dumb. Ignorance is technically a word meaning people who are not informed or not being well informed. So there is this ignorance because there was a lack of a way to actually receive this information until the internet came around. And actually, Matt, I was wanting to ask you a question. So, roughly, internet was created around what was it again?
86.
86? Is that right?
96.
96, yeah. No way they're saying 86 is what the heck.
What do you think?
96, right. So, obviously, internet is...
It's fairly new.
Yeah.
The speed at which we can send information through has been slowly, has been speeding up in the past few years or decades, I should say.
Especially with 5G internet coming out. Whoop, whoop, anyone?
Yeah. But
Sponsor us, please. Next podcast.
Please.
yes, but originally, at least, the majority of way people got their news, at least back towards the beginning of the KKK, was at most newspapers, things like that, and those could be both biased, paid off. Many different things can influence that. Whereas nowadays, the big reason that the KKK has fallen off, especially with at least the majority of fear has fallen off, is because of the fact that we have so many different sources showing us, okay, this is what they do, this is what they did, but a lot of things, like, because we're so aware of it now, we know the signs to watch out for and like what they could do. So their fear level has just dropped dramatically because it's not something. You're not scared of what you know. You're scared of what could happen.
Yeah, you're scared of what you don't know. That's the whole big issue here. And in light of the internet, it's actually like been really, really crucial in today's society. Obviously, with our smartphones. I mean, heck, I'm recording this on a smartphone right now. I'm going to be uploading it onto YouTube, obviously, and then everyone's going to be hearing this, right? So, you know,
I don't know
it's
if we're that popular yet, but
yeah, okay.
We'll get there.
What?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, no, we're getting there. Yeah, but with this, we excuse me, we sort of have this interesting way where we're now able to finally like see things that normally people can't see, right? And I want to say it is beneficial for us, obviously, as citizens of a very free country, in my opinion. Political views aside, obviously having what we have in this country is benefited us in a way to be more aware of our surroundings, be more aware of other people, other groups. Look up for signs. Bless you, Travis. It's difficult to see how someone cannot be informed or be ignorant, as I would like to quote myself from before, on certain subjects like this. So, one last final question to all you guys. What do you guys really think about the KKK?
I think they're people with terrible views, but at least relative to what their power used to be, they're almost a non-threat at this point.
Yeah.
Well, with the internet, there's like so many videos of cross burnings now, or like even like I wouldn't say protest, but more like I would guess like protests.
Protest against or like protest of the KKK or protest of like
protests with the KKK.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Like they get out and they're like huge, and people just see like what they're actually doing like on tape, rather than like this is bad, this is on roads. Because like you can't judge on roads, but when you see it, like with
and
your
culturally
own
as a
eyes,
society, we tell our children like, hey, bad, this bad.
Yeah,
right?
I mean like obviously the KKK is bad, but when you really see like videos of it and like see it basically like with your own eyes, then it really just pops out.
Sorry, background noises. Thank you, Matt. Yeah, so this is actually a really huge issue nowadays, especially with certain names being called to certain people of higher authority. I'm not going to say who, but you can probably guess. So, obviously, we just want to keep you guys informed, keep you guys knowing the connections of what's going on, Travis, would you like to thank our sponsors for a second?
Yeah, just another thank you to abcmouse.com. That's going to do it for this week, and yeah, thanks for watching.
This is Podcast Economics signing off. Tune in next week. Bye bye.